everyone, my name is Streeple and welcome to my analysis of Game 1 of Incredible Miracle vs Entus in the OGN preseason. I'll be going over the key moments of the game and focusing on team fights and objective-based movements of each team, specifically Entus. The early game is reasonably uneventful, with Entus pulling ahead in gold through their dominant lane play and a jungler 1v1. Ambition and Shy are on their way back from base, with Ambition heading to bot lane. Coco pushes mid lane and starts to roam down the river. Ambition smites the Gromp, gaining the poison on hit buff, and then walks through lane to coordinate the gank. As LeBlanc and Kha'Zix reach their destination, Mundo TPs into a deep ward, attempting to flank IM's jungle in bot lane. As soon as the teleport is seen, Maokai starts his TP, and Thresh throws a lantern over the wall for Lee Sin, setting up an escape route for his jungler. With a potential fight averted by IM, CJ decides to turn and head for Dragon, knowing that Maokai cancelled his TP, and IM is on their heels behind their turret in bot lane. IM knows that they can't contest, so Maokai shoves top lane to trade a turret for their first Dragon. Shy does a good job of backing off early while his team takes the Dragon to limit the ground lost in top lane while Maokai is alone. The next major point of the game comes yet again in bot lane. Entus sees Lulu backing in mid lane and know that they have a small timing window to make something happen. Madlife, Ambition, and Coco group near mid and quickly turn their attention to bot lane, where Space has just finished off IM's tier 1 turret. Seeing an opening for a potential fight, they head down through IM's red side jungle in order to force a fight against the now unprotected members of IM. Mundo again TPs to a deep ward to force a fight. Madlife wards over the wall and makes the quick decision to immediately flash. Maokai counters using his own TP on a well-placed ward. Madlife slows and exhausts Lucian while Thresh pops his ult and Lee Sin turns to land a Q on Janna. The Q lands and Wisdom is extremely patient waiting to activate his second Q while Thresh flays and ignites Janna. Madlife ults because he's rapidly losing health, but it is too early and Lee is actually able to follow up on his second Q after being pushed away, effectively negating Madlife's ultimate. Along with some help from Lucian, Lee uses his kick to finish off Janna, while his team is sandwiched by Entus. Ambition jumps on Thresh, and Coco jumps on Lucian, forcing him to immediately flash. Shy starts to chase Lucian, and in turn is chased by Maokai, who is trying to peel for his carry. By this point, Lulu has made it to the fight from mid and helps his team land Lee his second kill of the fight on Kha'Zix. With 2 dead, CJ decides to cut their losses and bail on the fight. Maokai lands a twisted advance on a retreating Mundo, and IM is able to pick up another kill, netting them 3 kills for nothing in that skirmish. The fight comes at a perfect time as well, as Dragon is just spawning, allowing IM to catch up in Dragons to Entus 1-1. There were a couple things that went wrong for CJ that fight, the first being that they actually never really wanted to fight in the first place. When they saw Lulu backing, they wanted to actually take mid-turret, but there was no minion wave to tank for them. Their backup plan was what they ended up using, which was them to force a fight bot lane with a coordinated roam and TP. The 2 main things that stood out were Madlife's over-aggressive engage and Ambition's poor focus choice. Madlife did a good job of forcing a fight out of IM, but he didn't really need to and actually ended up putting his team in basically a 4v5 scenario. Ambition did a good job of coming in from behind, but he chose to jump on Thresh instead of a higher priority target such as Lucian. Thresh has potential to be a large factor in the fights with his utility, but the damage coming from Lucian is just a much larger threat and needs to be dealt with immediately. CJ forced a sloppy fight and allow IM back into the game. Shortly after IM take the Dragon, Entus tries to catch Lucian and Thresh pushed up too far in bot lane. Ambition again decides to split from his team and take the back route to the fight. This leaves Coco and Madlife to start the engage on Thresh in the river. Wisdom and Frozen are following them the whole way and turn a 2v2 into a 4v2 for a brief period of time. Madlife goes down and Wisdom goes straight after Coco. Coco makes an extremely intelligent play by baiting Wisdom over the Dragon Wall into a waiting Kha'Zix to secure the kill 2v1 and keep himself alive. Coco is able to jump the Krug wall and escape, while Lucian and Corki 1v1 off camera. Lucian's left alive after the duel, but he's at a position with no HP and no mana and ends up eventually going down to space. Entus did a much better job this fight playing to their team's strengths. Kha'Zix and LeBlanc both excel in split teamfight scenarios with LeBlanc's single target spell damage and Kha'Zix's isolate bonus. The awkward positioning allows them to make picks and escape over walls, which was not possible in the tight formation displayed by IM in the previous team fight. Madlife spots Sunstar and Tussin with his pink ward in the Tribrush and pings for assistance from his team. Madlife has to let his ward die, but he goes back in to throw down a new ward, eating a hook from Thresh. Madlife goes down, and Coco arrives to help Space take down an over-aggressive and out-of-position Lucian. Kha'Zix arrives late and helps finish off a retreating Lee Sin. In all 3 teamfights so far, Madlife has died first. Although he could be more useful alive during these fights, using himself as bait keeps IM stalled long enough for the rest of his team to get there and engage. Entus use their kills to take down the second-tier bot turret and back to spend their gold. Jumping ahead a little bit, IM grouped to take CJ's mid turret while Space and Shy push top and bottom respectively. Once IM gets to the second-tier mid turret, Mundo's TP forces them back. Madlife takes this time to clear wards around the river near Baron, as well as set up his own. Shy places a ward in the deeper brush, Ambition sweeps it, and the trio wait until Coco opens up on Thresh, trying to clear wards. Thresh dies even after being Lulu ulted, while Maokai is forced to TP to safety after being 1v1 by Kha'Zix. After seeing Tussin die and Ambition near Baron, Wisdom heads straight to Dragon, knowing that CJ Entus does not have the timer. Lucian and Lulu push a wave mid and walk down to help their jungler take Dragon. CJ follows them, but it's too late and IM has successfully taken their second Dragon of the game, even in a 4v5 scenario. After losing Dragon, CJ Entus know that they have to take something in return. For the second time in the game, they look to group and take down the mid turret. Just like last time, they don't have a minion wave to tank for them though. This time they decide to wait it out, and Space ends up slowly pushing down mid turret with effective zoning help from Coco, Ambition, and Madlife. After IM sends Lucian top and Maokai bot, a small timing window opens up for CJ Entus. CJ groups as 5 and begins to siege IM's tier 2 mid turret. Because IM only has 3 members currently in mid, their only reliable source of wave clear is Lulu. That said, without Maokai there, Frozen has no way to wave clear safely without being chunked by the siege of CJ Entus. Lilac arrives from bot lane along with Lucian from top, and IM successfully drives CJ away from their turret. However, in an attempt to force a fight, IM stacks up and receives heavy AoE damage from Corki, while Coco and Shy 1v2 Maokai on the side. CJ Entus does a great job of disengaging and then re-engaging once their new minion wave arrives. The tower easily falls, and CJ sets their sight on the inhibitor turret. With all of Incredible Miracle at around half health, CJ takes the turret and the inhibitor with no contention. CJ Entus makes the safe decision to back off, content to wait and let their super minions take the map, before forcing anything else. The two teams jockey for position in mid lane while Corki makes sure the wave is pushing. The purple side minions are slowly pushing into the top inhib turret, and IM are unsure of whether to go deal with that or stay mid as 5. They eventually decide to split up and push waves, but this opens another window for CJ Entus, this time to Baron. Knowing that they have complete vision control of Baron's surrounding area, they send Shy, Coco, and Madlife to immediately start Baron, while Ambition and Space push the final wave in mid, to not only force map pressure on IM, but also make it seem like Baron's actually not being done. IM would assume that because CJ Entus' jungler and their main objective damage dealer in Corki are visible in mid lane, Baron's most likely not being done. CJ Entus' mind games pay off, and IM is literally left in the dark. Lucian uses his Scryer's Orb, but it's too late, and CJ Entus have taken their first Baron of the game for free. What allowed this Baron was the excellent vision control of Baron at River and IM's blue side jungle. IM can only guess that Baron's being taken, and even if they did know, they'd still be forced to face check their way into the river. This is the exact situation that forces all AD carries to pick up Scryer's Orbs later in the game. If IM had guessed that CJ was going after Baron earlier, they could have attempted to stop it through vision from the blue trinket and approaching with wards as a team. Even if IM's spidey senses had tingled, it still would have been extremely risky to contest. Quick thinking from CJ Entus nets them a Baron buff and a prime opportunity to take not only another inhibitor, but possibly end the game. Coco shoves bot while the rest of his team starts shoving top. Mid will shove itself because of the super minions. Coco rejoins the team but remains on the side to do what LeBlancs do. Frozen gets chunked, and CJ Entus secure themselves IM's top inhib. Even before the inhibitor is killed, Ambition's on his way to bot lane to start shoving the wave. This efficient use of personnel allows CJ Entus to have a minion wave ready to tank as soon as they arrive in bot lane. CJ Entus sieges the bot lane turret, but Ambition and Space lose their flashes due to over-aggression. Ambition decides to back off, shoving a wave mid before retreating from the enemy base. Coco also decides to split and tries to zone out IM from mid. This leaves only 3 members of CJ Entus in bot lane. IM sees this opportunity, and Lilac flash engages onto a now flashless Corki. Lulu and Thresh flash immediately after Maokai, but are both knocked back by a beautiful flash ult from Madlife. Lulu's able to get her ult off on Maokai, but Thresh's hook is stopped by the Monsoon. Coco arrives to the fight and goes straight after Lucian. Sunstar does a great job of dashing towards his team, forcing LeBlanc back before she can land a clean combo. IM kites Mundo back to their turret, and Thresh lands a hook on Corki, allowing Lulu to pick up an easy kill. IM chase briefly, but are forced to defend their base from the minions. Knowing that they have complete map control, Shy, Ambition, and Madlife 3-man Dragon before backing to prep for their final push. CJ Entus groups as 5 again, takes down the remaining inhibitor, and get their second Baron before making the final push to end the game. CJ Entus won this game through effective teamwork and shot calling, allowing them to fight only when they wanted to and take objectives without much risk. This safe, high percentage style is what I love seeing from the Koreans, and why CJ Entus was the first team I really became a fan of. So I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis, and I'll be doing many more in the future, so please stay tuned. Remember to like and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. My name is Streeple, and I'll see you guys next time.